Hello, this is Cheryl Wilson, abstract artist, and this is the Artist Challenge Day 4, Trusting Yourself in Your Art Journey. And if you've been following along with me for the first 3 days, then you'll understand how this kind of fits into the progression of the other 3. If you're new, go back and take a look at the first 3 days. The first one is self-reflection, and it's a reflection of yourself, of who you are as an artist, especially as we enter the new year of 2022. Then day 2 is understanding your inner critic, which we all have. I went into depth on my inner critic and how I quiet her. And then day 3 was facing your fear in your art and taking risks. So day 4 is kind of just like a follow-on that is in progression to the facing your fear and taking risks, because they kind of go hand in hand, because you've got to trust yourself in your art journey while you're exploring new things and taking risks. So this challenge is to create artwork in the mindset of enjoyment without pressure. Many incredible pieces can come from play. I've experienced this myself. So day 3 was about taking risks, and this might take time to take risks in your artwork. But by doing the exercises that stem from a fun place, you can create in a way that is playful and end up taking risks from that same play. So this exercise is about getting marks on your canvas and your paper in a way that allows you not to think about those marks that you're making, but just making marks. And marks for me is the way that I start most of my paintings. So the exercise is going to be to choose several objects and draw them on either your paper or canvas with a pencil or graphite without looking at your paper. It's just kind of like looking at your objects that are in front of you and then drawing them. And it's just, again, to get some marks down on your paper. And then the next step will be to paint on your paper. And my painting actually took a surprising turn, and I'm pleased with it. And what I learned, though, even though as I was going through, the marks were the inspiration and the catalyst that took me to the next step, and each step took me further into the inspiration that I had at one point in my painting. And in the end, my style of how I create art still came through. So I hope you enjoy this challenge, and I can't wait to see what you've created. If you want to post it on #intentionalartist on Instagram or in the Facebook group, the Intentional Artist group, and I have the link below. So let's get started. So I've chosen 12 by 18 inch, and I chose watercolor paper for this, and you can use canvas or any other paper. Watercolor paper is, I love watercolor paper, so I do have a stash. And I'm looking at those objects, and I'm not looking at my paper, but I'm just drawing with a graphite pencil. The objects on my paper, just making marks. A lot of times I'll just scribble on my paper, but I wanted to see where this would take me. It's a little bit different than how I normally make marks on my paper, but anything that you put down in your paper is a catalyst or inspiration for the next step. So that was my idea. I wanted to see where this would take me if I just drew objects. I don't paint objects. I have done, some wine bottles and glasses and things like that, but I don't. Everything I paint is abstract. So in the end painting, it's no wonder that it ended up being an abstract painting. But again, each thing that each step I took, drawing these objects, painting the objects, and then into the next step, just was a catalyst to stepping me into it was like an inspiration button that said, okay, I see this in front of me, this is where I want to go from here, and so forth. And then you'll see I was very surprised at the direction it took for me, and I had a lot of fun. So I hope you'll give this a try and see where this takes you. You may end up drawing and then painting some beautiful objects. That's the way it may end up for you. So let's see. I'll put this on a faster speed and put a little music on, or you can turn my music down and turn yours on, and maybe you'll paint with me. So I wanted to pop in here and just make a couple comments and some thoughts about this trusting yourself in your art journey. You are the expert of your own artwork. You know what style is coming out in you. This exercise would be the same if you were a seasoned artist or if you were a newer artist in your journey. Especially if you're doing something new. We all do challenges or do something new or experience a new medium, and we all start kind of from the beginning. So this exercise would basically be the same no matter what level of artist that you are. And no one knows your art better than you do. This is where you are truly the expert. You have all the answers and people can't question it because it's your creation. You just can't be wrong in what you're doing. So this is in the art where my own style took kind of came into play. So I was creating and painting, and I was out of my element, painting objects, and it just inspired me. The colors, just the paints in front of me, to start painting. So whatever direction you take, it comes from your inner creative artist. And that's what happened with me here. My style inside of me and how I do my art just took over when I was doing this. So my goal for this challenge is to tell you to get out of your comfort zone, do something different, even if it's scary. This exercise, for that fact, and this mindset will not only improve your skills, but it'll also encourage you to keep exploring. Because see what happened when I took off in a direction into doing some things I wasn't familiar with. It gave me the inspiration to take my internal artist of who I was and incorporate the two together. As an artist, our inspiration is incapable of so much, but we will never know this until we sit down and create and explore and take risks and trust ourselves. Your style will come out because you are the artist. And so again, I hope this exercise has helped you go beyond just what you're doing every day and take a risk and enjoy and let your inner creativity, your inner artist, have a good time here. So I hope you've enjoyed this challenge, and I would really hope to see what you've done if you would like to share.